my question is, like, what's the biggest thing that you've learned from that journey, kind of like focusing on, rather than functional medicine, more holistic naturopath medicine?
It's probably shocking for you to hear this, but I would say like that everything doesn't have to be so extreme. What caused me to go and do all of that was I was young and hating my body like all girls do. And so I went through this phase where I wouldn't eat cheese. I didn't eat any dairy. I didn't eat any gluten for like a year. And I sent my body into like a stress. I wasn't eating enough. And then I lost my period, and then my hair was falling out, and then I had like acne on my chin, and I was just trying to do quick fixes. I would do like spironolactone or just everything that was doing more harm than good. And I ended up seeing a naturopath in Arizona. And I think my takeaway from that was that everything didn't have to be so extreme. Like health is not all in. It doesn't have to be 100%. That's how people like, I guess, fall off the wagon. That's the worst term, but live your life. You don't have to be healthy all the time. There is such thing as, why can't I think of the word? Like, it just doesn't have to be all in all the time.
Of balance.
Yes. Thank you so much.
Okay.
It's not all or nothing. If you want the pizza, if you want the ice cream, eat the pizza, eat the ice cream. That's not going to affect your weight or your mind or something one time.
Right. And also, though, I wanted to really bring this part up because in a couple weeks I have someone coming on that I'm really, really excited about, who is going to talk about the female body and our periods and menstruation and like how it all comes together. But your biggest thing is like birth control is the root of all evil. And that's something you learned on that journey, right?
I mean, I think before that, I quickly took birth control when I was 15. I was on it for maybe a couple months. They were the worst couple months of my life. And I've never looked back, never gone on it since. And I do have friends that are on it. And it's just so clear and so known in today's day and age. I understand why people have to be on it for pregnancy prevention. And again, judgment free. It's your body. Do what's best for you. But there are alternatives that don't fuck with you. Yeah. Mentally, physically, spiritually, all of it.
Truly.
I just think that everybody deserves the education and the right to choose, and people not like shoving it down your throat. It's not the only option.
Mm-hmm. I completely agree. And like, there's just so many things like high cholesterol and like headaches that we just attribute
Anxiety,
to
depression.
Everything else. Yeah. When, honey, it's your birth control that you've been on since you were 16.
Oh, for sure.
You know? Well, anyway, I wanted to, talk about that because I will have you guys follow along on my little healthcare journey, but also thank you for all of those conversations that we've had and you sharing your experience with me, because I think that it's really inspired me to seek an alternative approach. And I think it's important. And I think it will be a great segue to what we have coming up in the next couple of weeks. But with that being said, it's time to wrap it up. I have one final question for you.
I know where you're going with this.
Because you've seen this before.
Heard this once or twice.
What is the one thing you would tell your younger self? Or that you wish you knew when you were younger?
I think I would say, even when I don't agree with someone, if I disagree with, their thoughts, their actions, anything like that, not everyone needs to hear my opinion. I can keep that to myself. If it's not directly affecting me.
Such a hard thing to do.
So hard. I've been working on it. I feel like I've done a little bit better, but I have always been so quick to share my opinion, even when people don't ask. And I think maturity has just made me realize like that has nothing to do with me. They can do whatever they want. It's their own life. Yeah. And it all came down to like control. You don't need to control other people. They can be themselves. Just do you.
I never would have put that connection together. But you're right. That is what it's about.
It's like trying to make people think and act like you.
Because I think like I've been guilty of that before in the past, and in my head I'm like, oh, I'm just trying to help. But really, no, it's you're trying to keep everything in line, trying to control it. Wow, that's a good point. Wow. Yeah, I just think you save yourself a lot of grief. Just keep your opinions to yourself.
Yes.
Okay, I respect that.